This video will describe that tense but equally interesting meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. This visit was not only a rare instance of civility in a period filled with cost overruns and White House criticism, but it also revealed the diplomatic games and possible future moves behind the scenes. So, was this meeting truly an olive branch, or just a public show? If you liked our video and want to see more content about the behind-the-scenes events of the financial world, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. Your support is very valuable to us. President Donald Trump's surprise visit to the Federal Reserve Building could have actually been a public relations disaster for the central bank. Just imagine, on one side, a president who almost daily criticizes the Fed for not lowering interest rates and for cost overruns on a massive renovation project. On the other side, the Fed chairman, the focus of these criticisms. Trump did something no president had done in nearly 20 years by personally visiting the Fed. So why didn't the expected fireworks display happen? On the contrary, amidst scaffolding, dumpsters, and plywood-covered walls, there was a surprisingly cordial, even sometimes awkward meeting. Trump, wearing a white hard hat next to Powell, refrained from criticizing the Fed chairman and told reporters that he didn't want to personalize the meeting. He even stated that he wouldn't fire Powell and wanted the project to continue. This was very different from Trump's dramatic confrontations, even with foreign leaders in the Oval Office. So, what was the real reason behind this sudden change in attitude? We'll address this in the next section. However, whether the visit was a public relations success is debatable. According to crisis management expert Anne-Marie Malesha, it wasn't as successful as the White House hoped. Powell displayed a friendly and realistic demeanor, taking a stance that didn't fit the narrative of him being the bad guy. One of the most striking moments of the visit was Powell publicly correcting Trump's claim that renovation costs had risen to $3.1 billion. When Powell shook his head and questioned the source of the figure, it turned out that Trump was actually referring to a cost summary that included another building due to reopen in 2021. Powell told Trump, "You added a third building. That's what that is. And it was built 5 years ago." This moment was one of the peaks of tension, but Trump quickly diffused the argument. So, how might this small diplomatic moment affect future interest rate decisions? On Friday, Trump's attitude towards Powell changed even further. The president, who had previously called Powell dumb and stubborn, suddenly showered him with compliments. Speaking to reporters before his trip to Scotland, Trump referred to Powell as a very good man and said, "We had a very good meeting." He even claimed that Powell had very strongly told me that the country is in good shape. Trump indicated that he interpreted Powell's comments as a sign that the Fed might soon recommend cutting interest rates. So, will the Fed actually meet Trump's olive branch with rate cuts? According to David Wessel of the Brookings Institution, the president will be unhappy again when the Fed doesn't cut interest rates next week. But in this public relations battle, the Fed at least drew with Trump, or perhaps even won this round. So, what does this meeting really mean? Some whispers suggest that White House officials declined the Fed's offer to tour the construction site last Friday, but the Fed suddenly presented an alternative on Thursday. It's noted that Trump learned he was planning to attend the meeting after the White House updated its public schedule on Wednesday evening. This shows how spontaneous the meeting was and what kind of diplomacy was happening in the background. While the Fed is not expected to cut interest rates at its meeting next week, Powell and other senior officials have hinted that rate cuts could increase later this year, likely starting in September. This visit reinforces interpretations that Trump may have used it as an olive branch to accelerate these potential rate cuts. It's noteworthy that the Fed, for its part, used Trump's visit as an opportunity to appreciate the president's encouragement to complete this important project and emphasize its determination to manage resources carefully. In summary, this visit between Trump and Powell is more than just a meeting between two powerful figures. It's part of a complex picture where politics and economics are intertwined. As the tension between the Fed's independence and the president's economic expectations continues, could such courtesy visits be a harbinger of future monetary policy decisions? Or are they just a disguise? In our future videos, we will delve much deeper into such subtle diplomatic moves and the hidden agreements behind the scenes that shape the global economy. We hope you found this video interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. In our next video, we will reveal a much bigger secret agreement that could affect the future of global markets. Don't miss it.